And this team, you've already walked on Pharah Mercy. I am sure that is going to be what they're going to run, and he's going to have a big game here on Pharah Mercy, on offense and on defense, if they're going to want to be able to win this.
All right, well, taking a look here on the money, we do have a surprise in store for everyone that is watching. Your TV set, your stream, whatever you might be watching on, do not adjust it because a Bastion is in play. C9 is going for this early gambit, and this almost takes us back to the good old days, Hex, where, look at this, defensive Torbjorn, defensive Bastion. How far back have we gone? Because teams have been playing the Bonnie a little bit more standard as of late.
I get so excited whenever Cloud9 chooses Numbani because we do mention it's a lab, but they are a team that really makes that point come home. They always try something different. A lot of times we've seen Cloud9 even run an offensive Bastion on this map, but it seems like they toy around a lot on this. That's a beautiful concussion there.
It is, and here we go. Tempo Storm not wasting any time. Mangachu immediately dispatching everyone's favorite dwarf. Mangachu going even deeper. 2 down to start things off. Rib firing back at Sharp4. Recon mode Bastion mowing people down. Who needs to be a turret anyways? And C9 actually able to turn that more back in their favor. I think that's a case where if Tempo had just gotten their early picks and played the point more rather than chasing in after C9, I think they would have actually taken this point. I think they just overextended when they had a pretty sizable advantage.
Yeah, they really had a great advantage as far as the range went, right? Because Rib was up there, and like I mentioned, that concussion blast from Pharah was beautiful to knock Rib off. It exposes Short4 all alone up top. There's another great one. They started again. Can they take advantage of it this time? Oh, that
we'll have to see. So Sure4, though, pretty content to stay in here in the back. And here's the key, is that Adam has Resurrection up now, so it's not as simple as simply killing the Bastion. You must also kill the Mercy, or just kill the Mercy first. But either way, tank mode is out. 2 kills come out. But take a look at Adam. Adam's here in the back, very content, going to be rezzing people up. The res comes out from both sides, so the fight effectively reset. I'm not sure Sure4 is in the best position. He's just recon moding it up. Doesn't need to go into a turret, but might have wished he did, as Hui is able to dispatch him. Bit of a brawl here between both teams. Hui going to be trying to turn this around. Will of Dragonblade out and does not waste time. Unchiefs it immediately and looking to clean up the remaining members of C9. Has Adam in his sights as he slices him down.
Yeah, really nice sound barrier late from Spo there to keep them alive as Rib was trying to clean them up with an Ana-boosted Reinhardt. Mendo's going to come in here and try to stall out, but it's a little too late as B-Drop cleans him up. They do end up switching off of this. Short4 may have had designs on getting back to first point on this Soldier 76, but it looks like he's going to stay on it on second point. Mendo also rotates off of the Mei onto a Zarya instead. So the first Gambit worked out for the first couple fights, but unable to hold it with that Bastion and Torb. They will switch onto a more traditional comp. Good to see some Soldier 76 back in play.
I think this is a case where Sure4 went to 76 just to get back on set point a little bit earlier, and now it's a case where he doesn't want to go all the way back to swap it out, because you have to go all the way back to spawn, so he's pot committed right now to the 76, at least for the next fight. Looking for that mid-air Helix Rocket, and really Helix Rocket is one of the main tools of 76 right now in this meta, where you can't rely on the poke, you have to look for the burst to start things out. Adam, though, goes down immediately as Mangachu being relentless over the top. Barrage coming out, ends up taking out 3 before falling himself, and C9 down a whole lot of power right now. Just Kai with Primal Rage, Rib dancing about. Might stall things out for, oh my goodness, Kai was all in. Ends up getting juked by the Mercy in the, oh no, he doesn't. Naptime wasn't able to get back to the edge. And now they're pausing. Wait.
Well.
I'm confused. Did Kai pause the game to say, hey, what's up?
Maybe.
I don't think that was his intent, but that was definitely the result.
Well, we got another interesting
I mean, Naptime felt the edge, man. I don't know.
Well, Short4 did switch momentarily onto McCree and then onto Tracer, but it might have been the same situation we saw on the first point, where he switched to Tracer to try to get back to the second point. I feel like McCree would be his best option here, because Mangachu has been the problem for them. This is Mangachu's home. This is what he wants to be doing on the Pharah with a Pocket Mercy and Naptime. Mangachu and Naptime have been playing this combo forever. You need to have an answer for it.
Mangachu coming to the backline right now. Sure4 is on the Tracer. Not necessarily the best answer to this. Mangachu, just being a wizard here in the back, takes down Adam, looking for more. His team, though, dying all around him, will end up falling to Mendo and Kai. It's going to be Kai with the triple kill here on Winston to clean things up and give C9 some degree of stability. And here's the X factor here to look at C9. You take a look at what Tracer will be looking for here. Tracer is very good at delaying pushes, just in the sense that if Sure4 wants to get a little bit more aggressive here, not wait for the big bang combo of Mendo, but just go in and land a Pulse Bomb early, you can really stall and delay pushes with Pulse Bomb if you're that aggressive. And Sure4 not going to be limited just by that. He does look for the early pickoff, just doesn't land it.
Now trying to take over the top, but they're going to rotate through top with their combo. Now the approach to dealing with the Fair Mercy is either you change heroes to deal with it directly, or you ignore it and kill the remaining 4 heroes. That's what they did the first time.
Soundbear's out here from the side of Tempo. They're moving in. Mangachu so close to getting the barrage up. Doesn't necessarily have the best opportunity to use it, but Rolf has fallen. One of the bigger threats to Farah. Mangachu coming over the top. Concussion blasts himself to the back, and here's the barrage. Moving in, has 1, ends up getting 2. And still, I don't think C9 has had the best answer here to Mangachu's Farah.
No, I really would prefer if Shore 4 went back on them, Kree. I just don't understand when you're feeling that hot of a hand. You made some good points on why you run Tracer here. No one likes Tracer more than I do, but right now it has still been Mangachu who's been giving them the biggest issue. There's a great grab, though.
Kai just leaping in, sending Mangachu to his demise. 4 kills coming out from C9 off that Graviton. And they're going to hold here once more. So Tempo, for all of their pizzazz, able to do some fancy fair plays. They don't actually convert that much out of it. They will have a decent ult set going into the next fight. They have Sound Barrier into Pulse Bomb, into Earth Shatter. And for Tempo here, I mean, they have 2.5 minutes, so they have still multiple pushes in their bank. And Naptime says, no, I'm not even using the res. He goes on. They want to use Nano Boost into Reaper to try and crack the stalemate.
Yeah, flipping it over to a 3-3 here as Mangachu does come off of the Pharah onto the Roadhog as well. So everyone resetting their ults. They figured it was the right time. This fight might not be the fight that wins it for him, but they need to drain some ults out of Cloud9.
Pulse Bomb coming in from Sure4 here, looking for pickoff, doesn't get it. 5v5 between both teams. Sure4, though, look at how much attention he's drawing from Tempo here. They're worried about the front line and the back line of Sure4 getting poked all the while. This isn't a great look for Tempo. They end up going for the Sound Bearer, trying to turn it, but what an Earth Shatter! Rib threading the needle, knocking down the entirety of the Tempo team. And that is going to be a Sia moment if there ever was one. They will have to back up and regroup once more.
Well, kind of good is that they made them use a couple ultimates. Kind of bad is that they're going to have 4 ultimates up in the next fight anyway. So that's how much damage they did. They did get the Sound Barrier out very early in that fight. Of course, you saw Ribs Earth Shatter knocking down 5, which is amazing. And they're still going to be at the huge disadvantage here. Naptime's only halfway there. Hui a little bit away too. They need to kind of do a long sustained fight if they want to get this on-boosted Reaper off anytime soon.
All right, you take a look at Mendo right now. He is holding on to that Graviton. Graviton coming out here from both teams. Mendo got pulling 3 for his. Kai there at the fall through. It's 3 quick kills here from C9, and just not the opening the Tempo Storm is looking for. And Hex, Tempo Storm, they are down to their last push and last attempt, but it's not going to be without its big bang in the sense that they will have Nano Boost into Death Blossom. So a lot's going to be riding on this combo between Naptime and Hui, where if they don't land it properly, that could be it. For this map and a hold for C9. So everything riding on this next push here for Tempo Storm.
This is what they've been backing on since they switched the composition, is to have a chance to do this. But I really love Shore4's positioning. He's up over the top to make sure that they're not coming up over top, and he's going to get behind them immediately.
All right, and Hui right now just waiting, creeping, just waiting for the Nano Boost to come right in. Ends up rolling to the back, doesn't have a ton of great results. Naptime is dead. That Nano Boost is never going to come. It's Rolf taking him out in the end, and C9 just keeping Tempo Storm split out. They're not able to get the picks they're looking for, and this will be, in all likelihood, a hold from C9 right before last.
Yeah, Shore4 on the cleanup in the back line, and it really just comes down to losing Nap early when he's the vital part of the combo that's supposed to win you the game, what you've been setting up for the last 2 minutes. Can't die like that. And they're probably pressuring him, knowing that the only way Cloud9 loses that game is if they get that combo off. So really good focus fire for them to take out the easier half of that combo.
I think it's a little bit of both there. I mean, obviously C9 played that very well, but on the same note, all you have to do, you have one person that can stand way in the back and hit Q to buff up, and another person needs to roll forward. Now, again, he didn't have the greatest targets, and that definitely had part of the reason why Naptime did get picked off, but at the very least, you feel like they at least could have thrown in the ult at some point, even if it was less than optimal. They didn't even get to use the ultimate towards the end. And again, I think it's part C9 had great play, the sort of mystified Tempo, but Tempo should have been able to adapt at least a little bit to that situation.
Yeah, losing a game of Overwatch with your ultimate at 100% never feels good. It's like losing a football game when going, with 3 timeouts in your back pocket. It's just terrible management there. So yeah, it's probably a little bit of both that Cloud9 was targeting down that combo, because at Cloud9 you have to realize like they've not done a whole lot in the last 2 pushes, and the reason for that is they want to get this last one is, what's the one way we lose this game? It's that. So it's like the first time you see Naptime, kill him. Now Naptime's issue was he should not let them see him, really. I mean, you've got the range as Anna to be able to get that off from anywhere. not getting off that combo, it has to feel pretty rough for them too. So a tough road ahead for Tempo Storm if they want to bring this set back in their favor. It is tied 1-1 between Cloud9 and Tempo, as it's going to be Cloud9 taking over the offense. And unfortunately for us, no Bastion on offense.
Nope, there's nothing too crazy coming out here from the Tempo side. They're playing this a little bit more standard. I mean, they are running the defensive Genji, which is a little bit of a surprise given how much success Hui has had on the Reaper here thus far. I mean, it's one of those things where it could work out, but given Kai is running the Winston and all the rest, I don't know if this is going to be the absolute best defensive Genji game. I'm willing to have Hui prove me wrong, but I do think the Reaper would be a little bit better given what they're running. I mean, they're running Roadhog and Winston here. That's a lot of meat for a Genji to cut through. I don't think this is going to work out super well for Tempo, and they're probably more likely not to lose this on the first 1 to 2 attacks, but we'll see how it works out as the offense from C9 makes its way forward.
You'd have to think the moment he hears the thunderous footstep of all these tanks that his next death he comes up on Reaper, right? You almost need a Reaper against what they're running anyway.
It's really hard to deal with Roadhog when you don't have a Reaper in play. McCree can do a lot of damage on headshots, but other than that, just something to punish Roadhog for being a little bit YOLO, getting in your face. You do need the Reaper there, and without, it's pretty rough. Either way, though, we do see C9 taking their time. They take down Mini as a result of that hook, and now the 65 advantage. This is going to open up Surefour to really get to the backline here in just a moment.
Yeah, nice to start it off with an entry kill there. Naptime is discorded. He seems to be their primary target as a beautiful leap from Kai comes up over the top, softens up all of these targets, and here comes the cleanup crew. B-Drop doing his best on the point.
That was the most valiant scientist sacrifice you're ever going to see, because even though Kai died, he bought the time and attention of 4 people in the back. They all had to go after him. He poked them all the while, and it set up the rest of C9 beautifully to just go in and clean it up. And again, the biggest problem there coming out from the side Tempo is that they just did not have the damage to cut through Kai Quickly. If Hui was there on a Reaper, I think that fight probably goes very differently. And you take a look at it now, Hui off the Genji, now on the Reaper. Tempo recognizes what they need to swap up here to have a better chance of holding second.
Yeah, I mean, I just don't understand why you don't default to the Reaper and then switch it up to the Genji if you have the chance, because you don't know exactly what they're going to be running, but if they are running triples, I don't understand what Genji is good for that you think they're going to run on offense.
Well, Grauton is coming in here from B-Drop. Tempo looking for their counterattack. It does not work in the least. Rib able to pick off 2 kills there, just punishing them as they roll in with Fire Strike and swing the hammer. It's going to be a full team wipe here from C9. Tempo still in the back foot and very likely now to give up second for free. So Hex, they're going to have to hold at last for almost 6+ minutes. That is not impossible, but it's pretty close, especially with the ult bank that C9 has stored up right now. And just as a reminder, if C9 wins next fight and they're able to move to that final point, that's it. They win the series.
Well, as Genji was a comfort pick likely for Hui early on in that defense, just kind of his best hero, what he wanted to play, Mangachu and Naptime back on their combo, perhaps in another comfort pick scenario.
Earth Shatter coming in from Rib, knocks down 3 to set things up, gets the charge right after. C9 with a very quick first 2 kills moving in, and they are absolutely relentless, using their ult advantage to their advantage. And they haven't even burned through all their ults just yet as Mangachu says goodbye to this cruel world, ends up falling off the edge. And now, you take a look for Tempo. This is the final last gasp. They must get back here. Meanwhile, Kai just knocking people back and forth at the spawn. I'm not even sure Tempo can get back and really properly contest this as they stream in Helter Skelter.
No, Hui B-Drop to Mini. I'll try to get their B-Drop, the only one remaining. Spo's going to come in late, but especially when you have a Zenyatta on the field to Discord people, that strategy is not going to pay off. And Cloud9 absolutely rolls over Tempo on Numbani to take this first set of the evening 2-1.
That's a little bit disappointing for Tempo. Tempo came out really strong, although even if you look at how Nepal went down, there's definitely some of the bloom coming off the rose towards the end, as Cloud9 was clearly playing much better in the later rounds of that Nepal game than they did earlier on, and they just carried it forward from there on out. A different C9 came out towards the end, and they were able to get the better of Tempo. And I do think there was definitely cases here where Tempo didn't do themselves any favors, like the opening in the Bonnie. Momentum is a really big deal in Overwatch, and if you go with an opening that can't adapt to a Winston Roadhog opening, which is pretty common, it's going to be tough to recover, and unfortunately, I think Tempo just made a mistake with that early opening gambit.
Yeah, it's not necessarily even execution.